I'm back in my standard Vanguard 3, and today I've been doing a bit of investigation on the cool engine running. Now, you may remember when I've ran this car before, up to temperature, etc., had it running for quite a while, I remarked that the thermometer, the coolant thermometer, seemed to be a bit on the low side, so it would always hover around this intermediate mark here between 30 and 85, when I would expect it to be around 80 for when it's fully warmed up. So I wanted to check if there was a thermostat fitted, because I did wonder. Usually the source of a cold running engine or a cool running engine is a thermostat or lack thereof. Of course, since removing the radiator, that allowed me to stick my finger in the top hose outlet. The thermostat cover, and there was indeed one fitted. So today, you know, with a bit of time to have a play about, I went out and well, I'll show you what I've found. First job, of course, was to get the thermostat cover off. This is where the top hose attached to the coolant filler and then the radiator, and I could feel in there that there was a thermostat fitted. Now, I did expect a bit of difficulty removing this, because there are two different metals with different characteristics, and with all the heat that they're exposed to, they are notoriously difficult to remove. Ones from the BMCA series being, well, I know they can be bad. You just have to be patient, gentle and patient. Many people aren't patient, and they end up smashing the thing to pieces, which is no good at all. Not when it's really bloody hard to get parts from. But I did remove it, got plenty of plus gas on it, because as you can see, that's only quite a thin stub there for the thread to engage, and it was just poking out the side there, so quite thin. However, the nuts were the bolts were really tight, and I felt the bottom one go, and unfortunately it has indeed snapped, with the remains of it left in there, which was very unfortunate. But I think it's big enough for me to get the extractor on there. I'll drill a hole and see if I can get the extractor to do its work. Now, you can also see here the cause of the cool running. I've got a piece of debris, this, you know, bit of casting or whatever it is that you often find in these engines, trapping the thermostat, so that's never going to be fully closed, which is why it was running cool. The thermostat is meant to be closed when the engine is cold, to warm the engine up as quick as possible, and then once it achieves a preset temperature stamped on the thermostat. See if we can find it. Oh, it's a bellow stat. I like that. That's good. That is good indeed. 81 degrees. So that's the opening temperature of this thermostat, 81 degrees. And looking at that, it's no wonder it got clogged up. But that is, that's a treasure, that. I thought it might be a later wax stat, but no, that's a proper bellow stat. So what I'm going to do to extract this, because it's quite well stuck, well, I say that, I may just be able to carefully pull it out, possibly. No, I can't, not with one hand anyway. I would immerse it in a pan of boiling water. Well, put it in a pan and bring it to the boil so the thermostat opens, and then I can release that, because you don't force these things. So that answers that conundrum anyway. It was indeed running cool, which is, you know, one of the advantages of having an engine thermometer. You see the sender in there, right at the top of the engine, at the cylinder head, where the water's the hottest. That's where the important readings are to be taken from. So another little problem solved. Well, sort of one solved and one created, unfortunately, but it could have been worse. It could have been much worse. I could have, you know, cracked this lug or that one. So I'll have to do that, drill it out and try and extract it first of all. I can always re-tap it if needs be. But yeah, there we are, source of the cool running engine solved. I want a nice warm heater for winter, and well, I don't want to think about winter just yet.